Hey guys, Mike with Gettin Greasy Garage. Sorry for not putting out very many videos lately, both with the holidays and the fact that I'm still fighting this sinus infection thing that's been going on for like 2 months. And with the cold weather that we've had here in Western Washington, yeah, I realize it's not as cold here as some places, but you know, 35 degrees is still cold to me. And it's been real difficult with the sinuses. Fighting it right now, in fact, but I gotta get things done. Dad wants his Corvette. So, the reason I took all this apart was because there was clunking from the rear end, which that was the axle U-joints. I got a video coming out about those. And in doing this, we found the dog bones bushings, which I did a video on, were shot, replaced those. In the process of having this part, taking it apart, found that the lower strut rod bushings were worn out. Now this lower strut rod also is where the adjustment for the wheel camber is. You have a solid mounting point on the outside and a cam bolt on the inside. So I'll bring you around here to the other side, show you a little bit more on that. So on this side, obviously, no hub, no axle. This is the rod, and you can see the bushings. You have to loosen up the cam bolt to get everything apart anyway. So first thing you want to do is mark your cam bolt so that you can get it back in the proper position, because again, it sets the camber of the wheel. But if you're getting side to side slop like that, there's a good chance that's wear. And let's face it, these are factory original rubber bushings from 1985. They're worn out. They're weather cracked, they're worn out. So, found replacements. They're Prothanes. Yeah, they're urethane. There's the haters. I don't care. We use them, they work fine. They were 20 bucks on Amazon for the full kit. New sleeves and bushings for both ends on 2 of these strut support rods. And in the video, I'm going to show the picture out of the factory manual so you can get the terminology right, because you'll find it's a hard time finding these bushings if you don't use the exact terminology. Thanks, GM. So anyway, mark your cam bolt on each end so that when you take it out, you can get it back together right. One end, there's a washer. I'll get it off here and I'll show you guys. And on the other side, this thing's kind of a pain in the ass. They're put together. So, a little bit of prime, a little bit of patience, it will come out. Show it who's boss. Once I get this out, you'll understand why it's kind of a pain in the butt. So, as you can see, there's the washer, and it's slotted on a couple sides because the bolt is basically like square bolt. I'll pull it out here and I'll show you. So the bolt has a flat side and the washer fits onto that, and that's how it's a cam bolt on both sides. So that's, again, that's how the camber is adjusted, and then the arm just comes out. Now there's a thin shim washer on each side, and that little hollow fits on the inside. So take those off, set them aside. Now we'll go over to the workbench. I'll show you guys how to change these out. Alright guys, so we're in here on the other side of the shop at the workbench. You got your arm, also got the box. So there's the part number, Prothane. got these on Amazon for 20 bucks. And I'll either post a link or post a picture of this from Amazon. So, 20 bucks, you get eight of these and 2 sleeves. Now, the sleeves are different thicknesses because the cam bolt sticker, one bolt thicker, one bolt thinner diameter. So, it doesn't matter which one goes in which end because you can flip this over. Okay? I already know which end is which. Doesn't matter. You can mark on it, whatever. So, get away from me here. So, a few different ways of doing this. You take a big socket, put it on there, take a punch, a chisel, a big bolt, and you can drive those out. And you can already see it's moving. You drive the sleeve out, it's not bonded, drive the sleeve out, and you just take a screwdriver and pop the rubber out. Not a big deal. Okay, putting them in is really easy. So, this is an old pin out of a tractor. You could use a bolt, you could use a chisel, whatever. So, that's the little harder way. You just want a big socket to back it so it gives a pin somewhere to go. And it takes a minute because, tight-ish. So, but I'm going to cheat just so it's faster for the sake of this video. And we'll go over to the press and pop this out. So, still grab our socket and everything. So, because I got press plates, I literally just set this on here. Put my pusher in there, and now I gotta find my press handle. Oh. Oh. These stupid little handles always fall apart. This is a 12-ton press. This one came from Northern Tool. You can get them from Harbor Freight. The jack that came with it went bad, so I stuck an 8-ton Harbor Freight in here. So, anyway, you just want to set it up so that when you press out that sleeve, it falls out the other side. The idea is try not to booger up the aluminum on the arm, and it really shouldn't. And then that happens. Oh. It started to go. Let's see. It's one of these deals where probably beating it out with a hammer is easier. But every time I do that kind of stuff, I get called a hack by some armchair commando that doesn't know anything and is watching videos at home. So you can hear it squeezing out now. And sometimes, there you go. Now the bushing's out of the sleeve. And we'll knock the bushing out of this end too. There's your bushing. Okay. Flip it around here. We already started it going one way. I'm not fortunate enough to be pneumatic on this. So I just use a standard old hydraulic jack. And it should fall any second. Alright. So as you can see, bushings are out. Now we'll grab our push pin again, and we'll go back over to the bench. I'll show you guys how to put the new ones in. Are you stopping? Alright guys, so we got the sleeves pressed out. We just take a screwdriver and you just get in behind it and it'll come right out. Sometimes, today it makes a liar out of me. Funny, you know, you get a couple of these to do and one side goes real easy and then the next side will fight you. But you can cut these with a knife or whatever you want. I just use brute force. There it goes. It's got a lip on the edge. You can cut that lip off and make life a little easier. There. It's gone. This rubber part, amazingly enough, see, it's coming out. But it won't just press out with the pin or the bushing. There it goes. Well, and if you look at them, you can see that that's egg-shaped and dry rotted and everything else. So still kind of pliable, but again, 1985. It's 2023. So once it's out, you're going to want to clean the end out. I don't like using sandpaper or anything. I just kind of scrape out any residual rubber and then wipe it out good. It's kind of irrelevant because you're going to put grease on these. So Prothane supplies you with urethane bushing grease, and if you don't use this, these will squeak. If the kit you buy doesn't come with this, go to your parts store, buy some polyurethane grease. It's like thick Vaseline, but you don't want to use regular grease on these because it breaks down urethane bushings. So all the bushings are the same. I just put some grease on them. Just smear it around. It doesn't got to be, I mean, you're not packing wheel bearings here, guys. Put a little bit in the inside. Set my bushing in. Tap it down. Same thing here. Just put some grease on it. I'll put a little bit more on the inside of this one. This stuff is thick. It's not, you know, it's special grease. Just a good film is all you're after. All the way around. I'm just putting some on the inside. The new ones go in pretty nice. You just walk it in. So, with the bushings, and either end doesn't matter. Just the only time it matters when you go to install the part back in the car. A little bit of grease on here. This will keep them from doing that annoying squeaking that, quite honestly, everybody talks about. I don't have any problems with. Stuff's more like glue than grease, but it's what the company says to use. And then the bushing, once you get it started, that's it. Now, I also tape the flat washer on a C-clamp, and you can squeeze it together. Whatever works for you, that's how they're done. Use plenty of the urethane grease, and then when you put it back in the car, line up your dots on your cam bolts, and you won't have a problem. If you're not comfortable with that, when you're through, take the thing in and have it aligned. But that's it. I got one more side to do. You guys saw me do this one. You don't need to see me do this one. But that's it. That's your urethane bushings and the strut rod arms on a C4 Corvette. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks everybody for subscribing. Like, share, comment, all of that, because it helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. And I'll catch you in the next one. Stay greasy, my friends.